today we have met here from yesterday, actually from Wednesday, as the members of the Budget and Appropriations Committee of the National Assembly. Part of what we do as a committee is to process what are called money bills in Parliament. And money bills in Parliament are the proposed legislations that touches on public finances. So they usually come here so that we check up to what impact they have in terms of our exchequer, so that we try to see whether the country can afford, and also the viability of those bills, specifically in regards to public finances. We have had an opportunity to check on many bills, which we are glad that majority of the members of Parliament are really doing their best in terms of processing the legislative proposals, and we have been able to process all of them actually in record time, because we want to finish much later, but we are already now done with all of them. We have processed close to 15 of them, and we are glad the majority of them are proceeding to the next step. However, overall, I want to say that this committee does a lot in terms of our economy, and specifically I want to cite that through the budget cycles that have been there, we have been able to do quite a lot in terms of allocating monies to areas or in our economy that are people-centric, and areas that majority of Kenyans are engaged in. And I say so because, just in a briefly, is to say, before I come to the allocation, that through the policies that this budget committee has been making, and of course the government, as you saw early this year, we got the statistics, global statistics for the last financial year. And as you saw, is that Kenyan GDP grew by 5.3%, which was actually around the 39th fastest growing economy in the world. And as you saw, our country Kenya, last year, 2023, actually grew faster than China. China grew by 5.2%, Kenya grew by 5.3%. And also in terms of inflation, we have seen that inflation has been within range for quite some time, because inflation in Kenya is 5%, our target, and then you put a band of 2.5% either. And being at around 6.8%, it means we are within the band, though on the upper band, but we are within our target. However, what I was just trying to say is that we need now, as this committee, other than also reporting these GDPs in newspapers and saying them the way we are saying them, we are burning midnight oil so that this GDP can reflect in the pockets of Kenyans. And that is usually done through the allocation of monies to areas that are labor intensive and to welfare development. And that is why if you look at our allocation of money, we have put in the most significant amount to education, which is more or less redistribution, because education touches everyone. We have also put a lot of money into agriculture, because in terms of our economy, agriculture plays a very critical role. Critical in that majority of Kenyans are engaged in the agricultural value chain. We do this specifically because we want the money that we are allocating also delivers equality, but also encompasses as many Kenyans as possible. And that is what we will be doing as we craft our supplementary tool. That is what we will be doing as we work on our main budget for the year 2024-2025. And lastly, I know we need to do a lot more. And even the feedback we get from Kenyans is very welcome, because as leaders we cannot be at inertia. So every time we are challenged to do better, that is a step in the right direction, because we need to jikaze wote kama viongozi, tutengeneze sheria ambazo zinasaidia uchumi wetu, tukiweka bajeti yetu tuweke kwa yale maneno ama mambo iko na Wakenya wengi, na ndio nimeeleza hapo awali ya kwamba angalau tunaona Kenya iliripotiwa kama last year ya kwamba uchumi ulikuwa kwa kasi sana at 5.3%. Hata vile tuliona ya kwamba Kenya ilikuwa kiuchumi hata kuliko China. Tunataka sasa kama hii kamati tutengeneze policies na pia allocation ya pesa, so that hii GDP ambayo tunasema inaenda mbele, tunataka Wakenya waisikie kwa mfuko, na ndio maana tunaweka pesa ya umma katika mambo ambayo Wakenya wengi wako, maneno ya ukulima, maneno ya elimu, labor intensive industries, kwa sababu hizo zote hizo zitasaidia what is called shared prosperity, ama uchumi ambao ukienda mbele watu wengine hawasikii kama inaenda mbele. Tunataka uchumi ikienda mbele sio kusikia tu kwa masikio, watu wanasikia inaenda mbele, lakini tunataka wasikie hiyo uchumi kuenda mbele kwa mifuko yao. Na ya mwisho kabisa, something else that we did in this budget committee in the last cycle that is, to me, is very important. You know, when economies grow, many times we forget the people who have played a role earlier, and especially those people who are dependent on us as people who are working, and especially our parents who are 70 years and above. And cognizant to that, in the last supplementary budget, this committee put in 2 billion shillings so that we take care of the 70 years and above Kenyans who were recently registered to receive cash transfer from government. Now, the ministry is currently refining that list, and I want to assure our parents who are 70 years and above who recently got enlisted, sisi tumeweka pesa na wataanza kupata pesa yao hivi karibuni, hata wao walikuwa registered juzi. Na pia tukisaidiana na wabunge wengine na serikali, na tukiongozwa pia na viongozi wetu, tumesema ya kwamba sisi kabla tulipwe mishahara kama viongozi, hii pesa ya cash transfer wazazi wetu walipwe kwanza, na tunataka pia badala ya kutumiwa kwa bank wakuwe wanatumiwa kwa M-Pesa, wanatolea nyumbani, so that we also lower the cost of accessing that.